It's what I told people at the church, and anybody who was thinking about going, who was worried about not speaking. And you're staring super intensely at that camera, dude.
I don't know how this is just new to me.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Hype2Teach podcast. I'm your host, Joel Nieto, the one and only Hype2Teach on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and every other social media platform that ever mattered. Today's topic and guest is my good friend, Tommy Henson. Anyway, about a year ago today, he and I embarked on a mission trip to Romania, and I thought it'd be fun to go through a few of the photos that we've taken together and just kind of talk about our trip. So here we go. The first picture is us at the airport. What airport do we leave out of?
We left out of Bush, flew straight to Paris.
Okay.
Charles de Gaulle.
So this is my first time out of the country.
Really?
That was
Nice.
the first time I'd ever been there. So, but you, on the other hand, are well familiar with being outside the country, correct?
Yeah, I lived in Japan for 2.5 years and went to 11 different countries while I was over there.
Could you name them if I asked you to?
Yeah.
Okay, what are they?
Let's see, Japan, obviously, because that's where I live. South Korea, to Hong Kong 4 times, Thailand twice, to Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. That was my shortest when I was only there for about an hour, but I still count it because it was...
Oh, yeah, for sure. When people ask if I've been to France, I say, of course I have.
Well, yeah, even though we were in Amsterdam for an hour, we got passport stamps, right?
Yes. We went to Bush. What time do we get to Bush?
I feel like it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. I don't remember.
Then we flew 8 hours.
It was 9.5 hours.
9.5 hours to France. We had a 5-hour layover.
Now keep this in mind. This airport is like a greenhouse, right? So you have all this glass above you.
Yeah. And
Europeans don't know what this invention called air conditioning is. I slept on the floor and I woke up and I think I was stuck to the floor. I felt so sticky and nasty.
However, that didn't stop anybody from taking a nap.
Oh yeah.
After that, did you sleep on a plane?
I always sleep on the plane.
Okay, I tried. Yeah, there's a picture in here too of the airplane food, which wasn't bad. I'd never had anything but airplane peanuts and stuff like that. But they hooked it up with like this really nice vegetarian pasta. Went to France. We took another plane to Budapest, right?
Budapest, yeah. Hungary is like one of the biggest cities in Budapest. If it's not, I don't remember for sure, but it's where we landed. Is the closest large airport to where we were, our destination.
So we land in Hungary. It's still daylight. Like this is the longest day ever. We land there. We go to McDonald's. You want to go and tell who picked us up?
Yeah, Vijay hooked us up. He paid for the meal. I mean, I guess that was kind of included in what we paid. But of course, he took care of us as far as ordering. He was able to communicate with them. Even though they communicated in English, it was easy. For some reason, it was easier for them to understand each other than for them to understand us. Because, we have this weird, creepy accent or whatever it may be. I don't know. And then Pastor Daniel, who you were referring to, was one of the drivers of the van, and the other one was Vijay.
Talk a little bit more about who Vijay and Daniel are. They weren't just the drivers of the van, or the people who just bought us McDonald's.
Yeah, so Vijay was like the guy that heads all of this up that we do. He does head up this place that we stay. It's called the House of Joy. It's where we stay. It's where we eat. We do have some meetings there with the kids that we work with. So Vijay and Adina, his wife, are kind of in charge of that. And Adina's mom is kind of in charge of the cooking, but Adina helps with that. And also Anna Marie, who's one of our translators, also helps with the kitchen stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a moment. None of it would have been possible without Vijay, or how do you say it? I always say Vijay.
You said it right.
Yeah. Pastor Daniel and all the other Romanians there who fed us, housed us, washed our clothes if you asked. They were just the most. If you want to see Christ embodied in service, and it was those people towards us.
Very much.
Being there with the kids was number one, but being able to be with these people who just they were just so gracious with their time. Special shout out to those guys for sure.
100%. The other person you asked about, Pastor Daniel,
yes.
He, I would say, ranks up in the top 10 of the most kind-hearted people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
It just makes him a little standoffish. But once you break through that and really get to know him, he's an amazing guy.
I'll use that to transition to our next topic. Again, talking about people who helped us, people who were there. Daniel has a nephew. He didn't go anywhere. His name is Vlad. Vlad was our translator. He's a youth. He was only like 11 years old, 12 years old the first time we were there. But the kid, his personality is probably 4 times bigger than his actual body. He loves to help us translate and share the gospel. Who are other translators? It was
Mia.
Mia.
And
She
Anna,
helped with the music, right?
Yeah, she did the music. She was the dark-haired girl.
Yes.
Anna Marie, who was the one that also helped in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But we had another Anna that came from Timashura that helped us out.
Okay, so talking about translating, the whole reason we needed translators is because we're talking about these kids. Let's pull some of these photos real quick. Okay, first off, man, how beautiful was this place?
Oh man, imagine Fiddler on the Roof as a place to visit. 100%. I think the colors and the vibrance of the place, you don't get it through the movie. It's like the greens are amazingly green. The colors of the houses pop and snap. The architecture's great. The heritage is still there. I've seen orange houses and teal houses that are bright, red houses.
Yeah, they definitely love their color out there. But transitioning over to things that make that place beautiful, I really do feel the kids is a big part of it. So yeah, while we're there, we do go around providing medicine. We go around and to people's houses. But the main meat of our ministry would be via the vacation Bible school for these kids. Some kids can't make it because they are working, they are supporting their family. But kids do come, and we have to bust them in from other places. Where do we bust them in from?
So 3 major villages is Ohabalunga, which is the village that we do our vacation Bible school in.
Is that where the House of Joy is located?
No, the House of Joy is in Susan.
Okay, that's right.
It's actually, we as Americans would pronounce it Susani because there's an I on the end, but they kind of drop it almost. You barely hear it. Anyway, I know that's chasing a rabbit trail, but anyway, once we left this other village, the next village we went to was Ohabalunga. And Ohabalunga is the village that we were based out of, where our community center where we did our work. Sister Buena that fed us just about every day. Hopefully he'll put up a picture of her.
I have some good ones there.
I couldn't understand a word she said last time because I didn't speak any Romanian at all, but you can just tell the joy and the kindness and the hospitality that comes from her heart. But she's amazing. And her husband, God bless his heart, we pray for him and we try to witness to him, and it hasn't worked yet, but we're just planting the seeds, right? So,
and you know what? That guy could be way less gracious to us than he does treat us. He treats us very well. We were just actually in a meeting, and the Orthodox Church, which is, it kind of runs, I mean, it's the religion of the country. They have since told a few of our kids that if they basically come to see us or hang out with our group, or me or Tommy or other 12 people going on the trip, that they're basically excommunicado, so the region is not very open towards us, and the fact that this man, being a non-believer, still allows us to come in and allows his wife to host us, shows that I do feel there is something going on in his heart, and he allows us to be there and to talk and to eat, and I thank him for that for sure. To finish up on a few things, let's talk about some of the experiences we had. Did you ever get up in front of people and preach?
Not preach.
I did.
The only thing I did was teach the kids the one day.
That was awesome. Okay, here's the other thing. Okay, so we do vacation Bible school. I teach for a living, right? Tommy, on the other hand, I don't know how you feel about public speaking before that.
I'm not good with public speaking at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it actually worked out for me. Do you remember what my story was to teach?
No, I forgot.
Joseph.
Okay.
Hands down, Joseph is my favorite story in the Bible.
Oh yeah, that's right too.
So that made it easier too.
I sat in on his, and on the days leading up to it, he took it very seriously, which is awesome, commendable.
But the best part about it was
I kind of winged it. Take 2. So the phone, it overheated. So we decided to pull it inside Tommy's truck. They're still going through some pictures. We talked about the kids, talked about the people and the ministry that we had. The last thing I wanted to reference before, we talked about the return and how life's been since is one of the biggest ways to this is what I told people at the church and anybody who was thinking about going, who was worried about not speaking, and you're staring super intensely at that camera, dude.
I don't know how this is just new to me.
You just like,
What do you mean?
oh, okay. So anyway, I just looked, I was like, man, it was hard for me to focus, dude. It was like, you have a very intense look. So anyway, one of the languages that surpasses English is play. And My God.
Really thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Like, no
No,
joke.
but he
Like,
meant serious.
like the day that the one day that we played soccer and I played, and we have pictures of it right here, so we're looking at them. But I make the joke, I have discovered that s'mores is now a heart attack prevention.
Yeah.
Right? What happened was, I'm 42 years old, right? And it's the first time I've played soccer in my life. And when I play, I play. I don't.
He goes hard. He goes all in.
I like shouldn't.
No one asked him to.
But I played hard. Like, I put some stress on the old ticker. So anyway, when I say, you know, that I discovered I discovered s'mores, and I discovered s'mores as a heart attack prevention. Is we were playing soccer, and I was playing, and I couldn't keep up. I mean, like, not even close. Like, I tried, but not even close. And they finally called, "Hey, break for s'mores. They're ready." Blah blah blah. Whatever. I think I almost fell down. If there hadn't been like the sun beating on the hot AstroTurf, I probably would have just collapsed right there. But I didn't really like the second-degree burn idea on top of the potential heart attack. So,
oh my gosh,
that would have been no bueno at all. That would have been no forte bene.
What does that mean?
That means very well, or you can translate it very good.
The way we ran Vacation Bible School, we had three rotations. One age group would be doing the actual teaching lesson with us. The second group, while that was going on, would be either on stage doing crafts and stuff like that. We made like tie shirts and beads, little crosses and stuff. And the third group is playing, you know. And there really is no ministry that is less important or more important than the other. It's not like the teaching part of it was taking priority over the other ones, and we look down upon the people playing, because the ones who were playing, this guy out there, he was with those kids, and he was the gospel for, they were like 15-minute segments, right?
No, they were longer than that. They were like 45 minutes.
No something. Way. We didn't teach for 45 minutes to listen to kids.
No, the segment was, you didn't necessarily teach the whole time.
So
whatever. The
point is this, we would send, he was out there playing his heart out with one group of kids. We'd send that one in to go learn or go to do crafts. A new group, fully fresh, would come out and challenge him. And he could have phoned it in. He could have, you know, done half of it, but no, he went full.
And then the only day that I didn't do that, actually taught the lesson. So, and we talked about that earlier, but that was pretty cool too. So
yeah. So after that, we said our goodbyes, said bye to our translator, said bye to Avidju, said bye to they actually drove us to the airport, so we got to say goodbye twice to the kids. And now we're coming up on a year, and now we're headed back to hopefully build off all the things that we've set in place. You know, and to build off relationships that we set. And we're just excited to go back. So, you have anything to say before I close out?
Actually, I want to say one thing that Joel said last year. And he said that sometimes God doesn't allow us to have words to describe what happened on our trips, but to give you just enough to give you that taste, just so you can have the experience instead of trying to live the experience through our words. He said something like that. He said a little more eloquently than I did, but I think I got my point across. Yeah. So, but if you ever have just a thought about going to Romania or whatever the mission trip may be, or when you're kind of curious about it, talk to somebody. Bring it on. We can use all the help we can get. Last year we took 12. This year we're taking 11.
We rotate in people if you ever want to come. We go through Grand Parkway Baptist Church. You can go through whatever church you want to, but the point is, the mission field is a very awesome place to be. And it's not always just for them. It's for you too. I mean, it's one of the best ways to live out your faith, to talk out the gospel and do that stuff. When do we leave?
We leave June 27th.
June 27th. It is May 5th. We have about a month and a half, 2 months, almost like that, before I go. I'm still raising money. If this video reached you anyway, if you found the story or myself or Tommy or anything, you want to be a part of it but you can't go, I currently have a GoFundMe out right now. It's simple. If you want to donate, it's gofundme.com/sinjoel. There you'll see a letter, which is a way briefer summary of the whole trip than we just gave. More brief.
Okay.
Summary of the trip that we just gave. It has pictures. has another video I shot telling my story. Again, any amount you can give, 1s and 5s spin just as well as 10s and 20s and 50s, honestly. And if you can't participate financially, prayer also helps too. He knows just as well as I do the places we are going. We need prayer a lot. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe. The channel is Hype2Teach, and I'm Joel Nieto, and this is Tommy.
You don't even know my last name. I've said it to you like 15 times a day, and you don't even know my last name. There you go.
Tommy.
He remembered.
All right, and that's it. Cut.